Good evening. It's 6:49. The Dudley Conservation meeting for March 31st. Shall start.
Nancy Vukovic.
Stuart Slingo.
Rand Mikulajczyk.
Frank Ardecki.
Okay, first on the agenda is 245 Dresser Hill Road, Jeremy Lemoyne. Continuation of an RDA to install perimeter drain, level backyard, construct a shed, possibly widening driveway. Would you please come up? Matt's recommendation is that we issue a -3 with the caveat that a siltation fence be trenched in and straw wattles be placed staked in front of the silt fence to provide both a limit of work that is verifiable in the field and to prevent any erosion occurrences from happening that could compromise the wetland resources downstream.
I'm just, -3, I guess I don't understand what that means, that's all.
That means, that's like, yes, you have no bananas.
Yeah.
We have no bananas. Negative means that you don't have to file,
Okay.
that you're all set to go, just with
Just you have to do
what
these
he
things.
said, that he wants you to put in a silt fence, staked fence with the straw wattles.
Okay, so are we talking in the back part, or are we on the side where I'm gonna put in the drainage?
Where you're going to be doing the work, you want to put it
Down,
down.
on the downside of it.
Downhill.
On the downflow
So that
side
you're
of where you're
protecting-
working, so more towards the back.
Towards the woods.
Yeah,
Yep.
the downhill side.
Okay, so a silt fence and then the wattles, I guess, something
Hay
separate?
bales.
Well,
Hay bales or wattles, yes.
The wattles are
The
those
the
rolls.
wattles,
Sure,
It's
yeah,
hay, but it's wrapped.
yep.
wattles are
They're easier to.
much easier to work with for you.
yep.
Yeah, and they decompose, you don't have to remove them.
Okay. And then, the only other question I have is, do I have to keep up with that? Or once they decompose, as long as my work is
Once everything is stabilized, you don't have to, you can take them out.
Once your yard's back to seed and growing, the silt fence can go away and you'll be fine.
What you're trying to do is you're trying to prevent any of the soil you disturb from washing down into the wetlands.
Okay.
And so the silt fence and the wattles give you a barrier, it'll catch anything.
Okay.
And then once you've stabilized, like you said, once you've planted your grass and everything is done and it's growing and nothing's washing down again, then you can remove that.
Okay, perfect. Is it possible to just get that, a copy of his recommendations, just so I can make sure that I...
Yep, we have, you wanna give me a copy of that?
She wants this, right?
Yep, that's fine, that's just our meeting agenda.
Is that? Yep.
I make a recommendation that for 245 Dresser Hill Road, Jerry Lemoyne, that we issue a -3 with the caveat that a siltation fence be trenched in and straw wattles be staked in front of a silt fence to provide both a limit of work that is verifiable in the field and to prevent any erosion occurrences from happening that could compromise the wetland resources downstream.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you very much, I appreciate your help. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, number 2 is 9 Sunrise Shore, Mark and Sharon Rayla, an NOI for demolition of an old house, construction of a new one. We'll open the public meeting at 6:53. Mr. Para.
Good evening, I'm Rick Parra. I'm a landscaper representing the Railers. I believe you have a copy of the site plan. This is on the west side of Hayden Pond, off of Sunrise Shores Road, right basically generally across from the intersection where it comes in off of Mason Road Extension. There's a house on the site with a septic system and everything else, and they're gonna demolish the house and reconstruct a larger house on a slab foundation. It's above the flood zone AE, and it's within the, basically, most of the house is within the 50 to 100 foot buffer zone. I have asked for a waiver to, just do some work within the 50 and 75 foot zones from the Dudley zoning bylaw, the Dudley Conservation bylaw.
Is the shed right now? Yes. There's a shed there right now, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
What's the side set?
The shed is between 50 and 75.
I mean, on the house, on the proposed house, looking at it from the water, your setback is 12 feet? On the side setback.
The side setback, yes.
Have you been to the building department to get that approved?
Well, yes, we're,
12 foot?
next Thursday night, we have a public hearing for the zoning board of appeals. We've also filed with the Board of Health to replace the sewer
There's
system.
a big barrier of trees there and shrubs that block it completely anyway.
Buffer.
Oh, Cheryl?
Side,
Soon to be Mrs. Keith.
Matt's recommendation is that we issue a standard order of conditions.
To close the public, you didn't ask for abutters.
Are there any abutters?
No.
Seeing none, I'll close the public hearing at
7:56.
7:50. 6:56.
I make a motion that we grant a standard order of conditions to 9 Sunrise Shores, Mark and Shararilla, for an NOI for demolition of the old house and a construction of a new house.
Second it.
A motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Very good.
Just put that back. Okay. I got double. Next is Providence and Worcester Railroad, RDA for Vegetation Management Plan. Matt's recommendation is to issue a negative number 5.
I'll make a motion, we issue a negative number 5 according to Matt's recommendations for Province and Worcester Railroad for vegetation management, which is pretty much what we do every year.
I'll second it.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, next is Lion Estate subdivision request for a certificate of compliance for an invalid order of conditions. Applicant no longer wants to proceed with subdivision.
I make a motion that we issue a certificate of compliance for an invalid order of conditions for Lions Estate subdivision.
Second.
Motions have been made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next is March 10th meeting minutes.
Make a motion to accept the minutes from March 10th as written.
That's good. Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, someone make a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion, we adjourn at 7 o'clock.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.